Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Oklahoma State versus BYU college football matchup on Saturday, November 25th, 2023. Of course, it's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. It's college football Saturday. Of course, when you give out as many picks as I do, you're going to like some more than others. Those are my best bets that I put under the Premium Picks tab at Pick Dawgz. You can use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. These are meant for people who make bigger bets, but you can only get it by texting the number you see on the screen. So if you're a big bettor, text that number. But let's get to this one. Oklahoma State taking on BYU. BYU, it's their first year in the Big 12. They need this one to go bowling. Oklahoma State needs this one to close their season out with a win. And I think, the thing is about this, about a lot of these games that we're seeing today is that we have a lot of these 5 and 6 teams that need the wins to get into a bowl game. Of course, James Madison not bowl eligible. They're expecting that enough of these teams lose that they're going to get into a bowl game despite not really being their agreement doesn't allow for it. I think James Madison deserves to be in a bowl game. I don't care how many years you've been in the upper division, FBS or whatever. If you qualify for a bowl game, you should get to play in a bowl game. It's really one of the dumber rules I've seen, as well as the one with the NCAA tournament as well in college basketball. If you earn your way into the NCAA tournament, why in the heck can't you play in it? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's kind of like a penalty that conferences can put on teams for allowing them the privilege of playing with them. I really don't get it. But anyways, Oklahoma State has had a nice year. Of course, the big win was the one against Oklahoma. They've had some disappointments too. I think, that following up that Oklahoma State game when they played at UCF and got, pretty much bludgeoned in that game. That was the week after the Oklahoma game. Kind of set up for it, and then they bounced back with a nice win at Houston last week. Meanwhile, when we look at BYU, it's an up and down year in their first year in the Big 12, but they've lost their last 4 games in a row. So they've been playing for bowl eligibility for a while now, and they just have not been able to get it across the finish line. The thing is they haven't really played all that well in those games. Last week against Oklahoma, they finally put up a fight, but in the games against Iowa State, West Virginia, and Texas, they got absolutely crushed in all 3 of those games. I just think that Oklahoma State, this one really comes down to which Cowboys show up for this game. I think a lot of people have been fading the Cowboys. We've seen a lot of sharps on the other side of Oklahoma State most of the season. They've been getting, pretty much beaten up on those bets outside of that game at UCF. I think for me, I've been trying to avoid those games and avoiding the traps all season long. But I think in this particular game, I think it's time to jump on board and fade the Cowboys. I'm going to take BYU plus the bundle of points, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks today, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place. They're going to tell you how often historically the bets on the board have hit, and then pair them with today's odds, putting you on the most favorable bets on the board.